there's this very interesting story. This is about a young woman, and she would go to her place of worship. And when she went to a place of worship, and she was, very regular there, she started to talk to the pastor. And she told the pastor, Jesus is coming to me in my visions. And when you hear something, you're not sure whether to believe it or not. So the pastor was thinking, can I believe her? Is Jesus really coming to her? She said, yeah, not only does he come, I get to talk to him. So he's thinking, let me test her out. He said, okay, next time when Jesus comes in your vision and you talk to him, I want you to ask him a question. She said, yeah, I'll be happy to ask him a question. So he says, ask him, when I was a young boy and going to school, I did something very bad. So just ask him, what was it? Because have I been forgiven for what I did? Because the pastor knew that no one else knew what he had done. And what he'd done had bothered him since that time, and he'd never been able to talk about it with anyone else. So the pain remained inside of him. So he thought, if this lady is truthfully talking, if I've been forgiven, then that's very good. And so as it happened, this lady had a vision, as this story is told. And so when Jesus was in a vision, she asked him, she said, this pastor had done something when he was going to school. So have you forgiven him? And Jesus said, I do not remember. And so when she came to church, the pastor asked her, do you have a vision? Because he's wondering what happened. She said, yeah. He said, did you talk to Jesus? He said, yeah. I talked to Jesus. He said, what did Jesus say? She said, Jesus said, I do not remember. And the pastor realized he had been forgiven. And so forgetfulness is how we can forgive someone. If we keep on remembering what we thought brought pain into our lives, then the pain just keeps on getting more and more and more. It's just like if you have a wound, and you every day you check the wound and you check the wound and you're checking the wound. By touching it, it's never going to heal. You need to let it get out of your system. And so if we don't forget and we keep on focusing our attention on those arenas which bring pain to us, then those states are going to make our life much more difficult. And saints and mystics are always asking us to love everybody. It's easier said than done. But when we look at the lives of the great saints, we find examples after examples of how people came to persecute them, but they still had love for them.